Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Yonder, a wonderful development. It has all you'd need and all you'd want.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. What I'm looking at today is 2019's Vivarium, directed by Lorcan Finnegan, starring Imogen Poots. Such an idiot. Starring Imogen Poots and Lex Luthor. Why can I not keep his name in my head? Starring Imogen Poots and Jessica Eisenberg. Starring Imogen Poots and Jesse Eisenberg, not his sister Jessica. And this is not a bad movie. It's actually visually really interesting and very much plays in line of things like The Truman Show and Cube and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But there's a problem with it. I put that problem squarely on the shoulders of director Lorcan Finnegan, in the sense that there's a pointlessness revolving around this movie. It introduces interesting concepts and ideas, but they don't go anywhere because the movie doesn't give you any real idea why this is happening to these two people. Now, that may be kind of the point, reducing people to an anonymousness, into less than a person. I mean, there could be a lot of messages that this movie is trying to tell, but it lacks the focus to do it. There's no reason that the film gives necessarily for why these events are happening to these two people. Oh yes, I forgot to mention also, it also plays very much like The Signal, a significantly better movie. Though with The Signal, it was revealed why these events were unfolding as they are, which made it satisfying. In the case of Vivarium, which is a terrarium, by the way, for small animals typically, even that's telling as to what this movie's about. Though it doesn't give you that satisfaction. There's a pointlessness to it, and I think it's deliberate. But for the life of me, I don't understand why. If you haven't seen the movie, as I was saying earlier, it revolves around this couple, Gemma and Sam, played by Poots and Eisenberg. And so they're looking to buy a home. And they meet this real estate person who, right off the bat, is the queerest thing. I don't mean gay queer, I mean weird queer that you've ever seen. He stands at odd angles, as in angles that you shouldn't really be able to stand at comfortably. He moves weird, he mimics human speech. Maybe they're aliens, but what is the end goal for this? I named a bunch of movies earlier, one of them being Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And Vivarium feels like it could be possibly in that vein. Then again, having seen the entire movie, you don't really know why it's happening. It's not an invasion, or if it is, it's the slowest possible invasion on Earth. And its weirdness is interesting, but it doesn't serve anything. Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots are actually listed as executive producers on this movie. Now, I wasn't privy to the discussions about its story and the point of everything, obviously. Though, I can't imagine Finnegan went to them and told them what I just told you. That's highly unlikely. In other words, there is a point to this, but my God, if I can't see it. I don't know. I honestly don't understand what the director is trying to say. The sameness of suburbia? I don't know. It's just a frustrating movie. And that's probably the worst thing. As I said, it's a good-looking movie, it's very well acted, and it's just weird as fuck. But it's not weird in service to anything. It's weird, at least it seems to me, just to be weird. And for me, that's the worst possible reason to be weird. If your story demands that things get really odd, like with The Signal I mentioned earlier, all well and good, because at the end of the day, it's going to end up in an interesting and fascinating place. Vivarium begins in nowhere, it ends there too. It doesn't answer questions so much as pose new ones after new ones after new ones. It is, in its own way, a frustrating watch. And I don't think this had a theatrical release. I believe it was an Amazon movie, in fact. But it reminds me in some ways of Suspiria, which took a giallo and turned it to this think piece, rather unsuccessfully in my opinion. And this movie takes the paranoia and fear involved with buying a new home and turns it to something weird. But it's not weird for any particular reason, and that's the problem. I just wanted this movie to go somewhere. It started off as an interesting idea and potentially could have went to a lot of strange and weird places. But instead, it just kind of spins its wheels for its entire running time, and that's a pity because the potential is there. It's well acted, it's well directed, and it has interesting ideas. But they're interesting ideas in service to, as I keep saying, nothing. Check out Vivarium because I'm curious if anyone else comes to the same conclusion. I didn't hate this movie, nor did I particularly like it. In fact, as I've said before, a barometer of interest for me is that if a movie can hold my attention. There are lots of distractions, we all have them, be it our phones, our iPads, or whatever electronic devices you may have. And if something can command my attention, that's at least a sign that I'm hooked. It may not even be a good movie, but it held my attention. Vivarium seems designed to get your attention, but give nothing in return in terms of a satisfying, logical conclusion. Weirdness happens, weirdness stops. That's like the tagline for this movie, and that's a pity. Oh, and I should mention, by the way, now that I think about it, it reminds me vaguely of The Prisoner, the Patrick McGoohan series. But once again, The Prisoner was based on a certain logic. It was very weird, but its weirdness served a purpose. With Vivarium, as it's just weirdness for weirdness' sake, and that's, at the end of the day, pointless. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. Have you seen Vivarium? Can you make heads or tails of it? Because at least on the first viewing, I certainly couldn't. Let me know down below. Peace.